Sorry, it's so loud. All right, just dropping in to child's pose. And start to bring your attention here to your breath. You can move your hips slightly side to side. A little stretch through the outer hips. And bring your hips back to center, but walk your hands over to the left side of the mat or of the room so you get a bigger opening across the right side of the rib cage. And then walk your hands over to the right side, to the other side. And then walk it back to center. And rise up to hands and knees and move through a few rounds of cow and cat. Maybe 3 rounds of cow and cat. And then after 3, you'll come to neutral, to a flat back, and take your right leg behind you with the ball of the foot. I'm gonna do my right leg. Yeah, ball of the foot on the ground and press your heel away. So I'm not, yeah, good. And then just rock front to back a few times. And then rock it forward and float the right leg up and turn your toes to the right. And then take your leg out to the right and then bring it back. And you'll do that 3 times. Take it out and bring it back. And then next time, bring it out, you'll hold it and then set it down, right foot to the ground. And then come down onto your forearms and drop your belly cow and cat on your forearms right here. So lift the tail and then tuck the tailbone. Or if you just want to hold it in one position, that's fine too. We're moving through a few cow and cat movements right here. Good, and then you'll come back up to your hands and just bring the right knee in next to the left. Take your left leg back, ball of the foot on the floor, and rock back and forth a few times, spreading the toes, stretching into the foot, Achilles. Movement through the ankle. And then rock it forward, float the leg up, nice and even through the hands, and engage in the core, turn the left toes out, bring the leg to the left, and slowly bring it back behind you. And do that 3 times, toes out, leg out, maybe even as far forward as it'll go, and then bring it back. One more time, good, take it out. And this time set it down, come down onto your forearms, and then move through cow and cat. And you might feel like, I really feel when I'm in that cow variation, that inner thigh, inner groin area. And then carefully come back up to your palms, bring the left knee in next to the right, and take your hands forward about 1 hand length, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Downward dog could be as still or as full of movement as you want. And then bring your feet together and take your right leg up to the ceiling. And you can bend the knee and roll open through the hip and maybe draw circles with the knee, or like we did in that tabletop, you can bring the leg out to the right and back up to the ceiling. Just any movement that feels good or interesting. And then go ahead and switch legs. You'll set the right foot down and left leg up. If you bend the knee, it can be the same or different on this side. Little movement or circles, or stretch the leg out and back up. And set the left foot next to the right. You'll look to your hands and walk your feet to your hands, coming into a ragdoll forward fold. Release your hands to the mat. So heel the feet a little closer and come up to stand. And then take the arms up overhead. Maybe a hint of a back bend even. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, low plank or onto your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Take one more breath in. Empty it out. Look forward and step or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. High to low push up. Upward facing dog or cobra. Good, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, empty completely, look to your hands and step or hop forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, extended mountain, forward fold, halfway lift, chaturanga, low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. One more breath. Exhale, empty, and step or hop forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. And shift your weight into your right foot. You'll pick your left leg up and then take it back to airplane. Just back to airplane and then back to single leg chair. Knee up and back to airplane. Good, balancing one more time, knee up, single leg chair. And then step it back. Instead of airplane, step back and reach up. So crescent lunge, see if the back heel can stay lifted. It's heavy. And then give a little bend into that back knee. Nice, and that tailbone drops down towards the floor. It's okay, whichever leg you're on is perfect. And then turn the left palm to the left and circle the wrist. And you'll stretch over to the right. Good, so the knee bent, tailbone drops. Yeah, good. I'm gonna zip up that low belly and breathe. Bring it back to center, arms up, and then hands to the mat, high plank to low plank. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, look forward and step or hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. And then we'll try the other leg here. So right leg comes up, single leg. Chair, you'll do the opposite, good. And then stretch it back to airplane. So balance and focus, coordination, knee to chest, single leg chair. Back to airplane. One more time, single leg chair. And then step it back. And lift your arms up, crescent lunge. And then bend that right knee slightly, lengthen the tailbone, pull up through the belly. Turn the right palm to the right, circle the wrist, and that little lean to the left. Bring it back to center, both arms up. Set your hands down to the mat, and you flow, high plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Good job. Nice, take one more breath here. Exhale, look forward, step or float forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Sun V, chair pose. Breathe in, Utkatasana. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low push-up, exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Step your right foot to your right hand. One breath in warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Hands right back to the mat. High to low plank. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, high to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. And one more breath. Exhale it out, look forward, step or float to your hands. One more time through halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward for warrior one. Really root through the left foot, lengthen through the tailbone, reach up. High to low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot to left hand. Warrior one. High to low plank. Inhale. Exhale. Good, take one more full breath in. Breathe out, look to your hands, step or float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And then chair pose. Good, and then stand up, we'll reach up tall and bring your arms down by your sides. And then you're gonna step your left foot, I'm gonna go this way. So you'll step your left foot back, just a short stance directly behind the right. So you're in one line, so it's very balancy. To engage through the core, firm through the glutes, and then cactus your arms. And so you really wanna lengthen the tailbone, get that neutral pelvis. Stand up really tall, and then breathe in. And as you exhale, twist to the right. So keep bumping the right hip forward. The revolving is through the rib cage, hips neutral. One more breath. Every exhale, really pull the front belly, front ribs in, belly button back. And then unwind back to center. And you'll step it forward, left foot to right. Pause, and we'll switch legs. So right foot goes directly behind the left. First, get the feet, get the legs firm into your core, cactus your arms, breathe in. Keep the pelvis neutral, facing forward, twist to the left. So these are functional movement patterns in the body, playing with where the restrictions are, and developing new patterns of movement. Stephanie, nice. Pull the shoulder heads back. And then untwist back to center and step the right foot forward to meet the left. You'll step the left foot back again, this time farther, and bend the knee, dropping the knee straight down to the ground. So right angle, like we did a little earlier. And then cactus arms, pelvis neutral, lengthen the tailbone, breathe in. And then you'll exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. And again, exhale, twist right. One more, inhale, center. Exhale, twist right, hold it. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out, maybe twist a little farther. Inhale, center, and then step forward, left foot to right. Good job, arms down. And then you'll step the right foot back. Bend the knee, so you want that right angle, tail down, hips square, cactus arms, shoulders pull back, breathe in. Exhale, twist left. All the air out. Inhale, center, fill up, kind of sideways through the body. Exhale, twist left. One more time, inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Stay there, hold and breathe in. Hold for the exhale. Inhale back to center, and then step forward. Nice breath, right foot to left. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or float, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky right here. Bend the knee, open through the hip. You can stay here or flip your dog if you want. You pivot on the left foot till the right foot touches the ground. Both feet to parallel, lift the hips and heart. And then right arm, maybe you cactus the right arm. Maybe you straighten it. Nice, nice, Stephanie. I saw you at the corner of my eye. Nice, Andy. And then from here, you'll gracefully flip back over. Three-legged dog, take the right leg up high. And then step it forward to warrior two. Bring the left foot flat as you come up into warrior two. And then side angle warrior. Set the forearm to thigh or hand and go lower to the floor. And remembering when the body was twisting to the left standing, you want that same idea. You're like exhaling and contracting through the left side of the rib cage and rotating the ribs towards the ceiling. At any position with the arms that you want. So Dennis, you can cactus the arms, sometimes that feels good, or wrap it behind the back. Good, Sandy. Very good. And then look down, bring your hands to the mat. And then right here, you'll step the right foot back and behind the left leg. So it's another variation of flip dog, but wild thing. So left leg stays straight, and then bump your hip bones up to the ceiling, then right arm overhead. Or a side plank with the left knee down is fine, or child's pose. Good, Dennis. Breathe. Flip back over, high plank. You can skip low plank or move through low, upward facing, or cobra, downward facing dog. Okay, other side. Left leg goes up, bend the left knee, roll the hip open, and pivot to flip your dog. Pivot, yeah. Drop it, lift it, little slip it. Sandy, let the head go back. You can cactus the left arm or take any variation. Sometimes the right knee down feels good. Yeah, high fives are happening. Good, and then gracefully flip back around. Left leg up high, and then step it forward, coming up to warrior two. Soften the shoulders, breathe. And then tip to the left, side angle warrior. And remember that rotation now, like twisting right. Press the hip bones forward, the tailbone down. Breathe. And then look down, plant your hands. And then you'll take that left leg back and behind the right. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Lift the hips up again. Drop the head, open the heart. Hip points to the ceiling. Shoulder blades down the back. Whole body opening. Yes, and then flip back over. High plank to low. Or go ahead and skip it if you want. Upward facing or cobra. Downward facing dog. Stay right here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet to your hands, and then sit down on your mat and extend your legs out in front of you. Good. And then you'll bend the left knee and hold on to it. So tuck it in. So you're going to use the hip flexors a little bit right here. So pulling in the left, and then the right leg, you're going to lift it up and then take it external out, toes in. 5 times. Toes out, toes in. So rotating from way up at the hip. 3, I know, it's tricky. 4, and 5. Then toes straight up, lift it up 5 times. 4, 3, don't worry, we'll stretch this all out later. Good, set it down. And then straighten the left leg, hug the right knee in, hold on to it, sit up nice and tall. And then the left leg's gonna lift and go out and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes to the ceiling, 5 lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg down, both legs out, and then reach up and just hinge forward. And then right here, bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg. So you'll bring left hand to right leg and then twist to the right. Just twist open. And then you'll switch. So right hand to left leg, twist left. Good, come back to center. And you'll bring both feet flat to the floor. Actually, let's do this. So you guys turn sideways on your mat. Let's all go this way. So go this way, feet to the floor. So you might need to turn sideways. Yeah, you'll see. So this one goes like this. I'll show you. So I pick my feet up a little bit as I do this. So I'll go to the right, and you can stay here, or you can press and come up and lower down, and then go the other side. And I sometimes pick my feet up, otherwise I crawl all over the room. So pick my feet up, switch, press and lift, switch. And if you can't get all the way up, it's okay to stay just at the floor. Yeah, good job. Do this for about 30 more seconds, and it can be super slow, or you can go at whatever pace. Hold it. How's it feel? Interesting.
It hurts my glutes.
Your glutes.
That are sore from bike riding.
Bike riding glutes. This is getting the rotations. This is mobility work. A little bit. This is after sitting for long periods of time work. This was hard if you've been sitting for long periods of time. Okay, come back to center and just stay facing the way you are. Cross your feet, just simple cross leg. Reach up and fold forward. And then come up, switch the cross of your legs so the other shin's on top. Reach up and fold forward. Seeing where you can soften right here, just really simply soften. Good, and then come up, and you guys can turn back to face forward. You can all turn back to face forward on your mat. You keep your feet flat, hands behind you. So you're gonna press the hands down and lift the hips up, and then maybe allow the head to drop back. And then you'll lower the hips, the head just follows, and see if you can pull the hips back between the hands. It's core and shoulders and chest work. And then come back, feet down, good job, hips up, head back. And then go the opposite, lower the pelvis and pull back, try to keep the hips off the ground. And again, down, lift up, lower it down, pull it back, pull the belly in. One more time. And then pull those hips back, pull the pit of the belly in, and then sit it down, cross your ankles, or however you want to get there. Step back, downward facing dog, or if you want to move through vinyasa, you can. Good job, you guys. Look forward, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, come all the way to stand. And then eagle, you'll take the right arm underneath the left and bring the left foot to center, and then the right leg goes on top. And then airplane, take the right leg back and arms back, coming into airplane. And then you can either drop into half moon or standing splits. So half moon is left fingertips to the ground, right arm opens up, or standing splits, both hands maybe on the ground or blocked. Got it, bring your other hand down. Yeah, I'm not mirroring you today. Good, Sandy, perfect. If you're in half moon, you can even bend the right knee and catch the foot. It's called sugar cane. Nice back. Gonna lengthen the tailbone here, even. Wow. Good job. And then release, right foot to left. And then you'll step the left foot to the back of your mat and set the knee to the ground and point the left toes. And then reach your arms up, or maybe cactus. So this one's a pretty big hip flexor opening. It's called arrow lunge. And it's up to you, you'll see. This might be enough, okay? Yeah. If you want more, you press into the top of the back foot and lift up. And can be pretty intense on those hip flexors. So this might be enough. So if you want, yeah, you lift that back leg up. It might not lift. It doesn't always like it either. It's intense. It's just intense. Good job. And then set the knee down if it's up. Bring your hands down. Tuck the back toes. You'll step back up to the front of your space. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. And then eagle, left arm under and left leg over. Right here, really pull the belly button in, and the strength through the center of the body. There's also a little bit of a softening and acceptance, awakening. And then airplane, which that transition. Nice and smooth and easy. And then either standing splits, you can hold the ankle or fingers to the ground, or a half moon, right hand down. Open to the left. Maybe catching that upper foot. Tailbone, press out to that upper heel. Bring the left toes forward a tiny bit. Towards Sandy. Yes, right that way. Good job. And then forward fold, you'll just let that go. You'll step the right foot back, set the knee down. You can double your mat if you need. Point the toes and then hands to the left thigh or arms up to the sky. And then a variation of the arrow lunge, if you can't get the knee up all the way off the ground, is just like pressing the top of the foot down more. You'll get that kind of little bit of a lift. Try to soften the shoulders. Yeah. And then if you're leaning really forward onto that front leg, come back just a little bit and lengthen the tailbone more. Nice. Bring your hands down to the mat. You'll tuck the right toes under and step forward, right foot to left. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Hands to heart center for tree or tree variation. So it can be right foot to left leg, tree, or you can take a figure 4. It's more hip opening and sit back. It's an option. Good. Just wherever you are, just be where you are. And then returning to mountain pose and switch legs. So bring your left foot to your right leg. It can be ankle over thigh, figure 4, sitting back or staying upright in tree. down, coming back to mountain pose, front of the mat. Take a big breath in, reach up, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back, high to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's step your right foot forward. Come on up to warrior one. And then open it up to warrior two. And triangle. You'll straighten the right leg and slide into triangle. Right hand can drop down to the shin or the block or the floor. And then bend the right knee slightly and come on up to side facing wide leg forward fold, feet to parallel. Inhale, lift, exhale, bow. Lift to a flat back, hands to the hips, come on up, turn the right toes forward for pyramid. Your left foot can step in and up slightly, arms maybe behind the back or on your hips. Lift and then fold over the right leg. If your hands are at your back, try to press the shoulders to your back. And if that's too much, you can release the hands at any time. Breathing into the hamstrings, the back of the right leg, the lower spine, the upper spine, the neck. Get your feet grounding to the earth. Release your hands to the mat, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left hand, warrior one, and then warrior two. Good, and then straighten your left leg for triangle. Your hand can be on the shin or block or the floor. And then let the right arm pull you up to stand. You can bring your feet to parallel, maybe interlace your hands at your back, lift up into the chest and fold forward. Good. And if that's too much on the shoulders, release the arms anytime. Release your hands to the ground if they aren't there already. Lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up. Then left toes turn forward. Right foot steps up. Maybe arms behind the back and the shoulders back. Lift the heart up and fold over your left leg for pyramid. Press down into the ball of the big toe, pinky toe, center of each heel. And release your hands to the mat, step it back, high plank. Good, lower all the way down onto your belly. And come up into Sphinx. You'll come up onto your forearms. Good, and then you'll bring your left forearm across the mat. I'm gonna do the opposite of you, so go to the left, yeah. And then you'll bend the right knee, catch the right foot, other right leg. There you go. Yeah, good. And then, yeah, you wanna puff up the chest like you're still in Sphinx. And then you can start to squeeze the heel towards the glute and then press the pubic bone to the ground. Maybe try to pull the belly button, yes, away from the floor. You feel that? How are you guys? Okay. And then if it's comfortable for you, yeah, good, Beth. You rotate the hand counterclockwise, so the fingers face the same direction as the toes. Yeah, good. Keep pulling the belly button away from the floor. And drag the sternum forward. You feel this in the quad? Yeah, you okay? Okay. If it's too much, you don't have to go so deep. You feel this, Dennis? Okay? Okay, gently release. And then just come down and rest. You can turn a cheek or rest your forehead on your hands. Just pause. Come on up to your forearms. We'll try the other side. So Sphinx pose. And then it'll be right forearm across the mat. Then the left knee, catch the foot. Keep the knee towards the midline a little. Squeeze the heel in. Pubic bone presses down. Pull the fit of the belly in slightly. Then you can rotate the hand this time clockwise. Fingers go the same direction as the toes, maybe. Good, breathe. That's actually a variation of a frog pose. So it's a little different. All right, let that go. Come back down to your forearms or walk the arms forward, forehead to the mat. Just really lengthening the whole body out right here. And getting grounded. This is such a grounding pose. And humbling. Slide your hands back under your shoulders. You'll press yourself back to downward facing dog. Just pedal it out for a moment. And then coming into half pigeon, bring your right knee forward towards your right wrist. And the left leg stays back behind you. And there is a variation here where you stay more upright, you lift up a little and bend the back knee, catching the foot. So it's a little more of that hip flexor quad, but you don't have to. No one wants to, so come forward. It's good to feel that though, like right here, you get that tail down and you get into that. Again, just the balance of that, and then also that front hip opening. you try something a little bit interesting. I've been doing a lot with mobility work, which is the joint stuff. So if you're happy where you are, stay. If you want to try this, it looks like this. You're going to be kind of sliding the left leg up behind the right and then walking yourself out to the right. So you're going to lay down on your right side and then you're going to pivot the left or the right inner ankle up and down 10 times if you can, just lifting it up. So the front leg, right leg, yeah, up and down. The higher you stay, the harder it is. The lower you are, the easier it is. You can try it higher. Nice, Beth is like, this is a piece of cake. Good, so it's just getting into those little rotators. This is where I'm locked completely. So keep the knee down, Sandy, and just the ankle lifts. Yeah, you're like me, you're a little locked up in there. Yeah, good. All right, come on up. You'll walk yourself back around to the front. Step back to downward facing dog. Your hips just move a little bit side to side. And as you're ready, bring the left leg forward, half pigeon. And you can stay upright for a moment if you want, opening up through that right hip flexor, tailbone down. Or come on down, whenever you're ready. Yeah, that's the other way, that lift. It can also be toe pointed and pressing the foot down. Gets into the same idea. Seeing what you need on this side. Come up carefully and slide that right leg up into the arch of the left foot. Walk your body to the left. And stay on the forearm or onto your side, and then you try to pick that left ankle up, keeping the thigh and knee down. This is totally different on this side for me too. Rotating it up. Try to keep that thigh down, knee down. The lower you go, the easier it is. Good, and then you'll slowly come on up. And just bring both feet around to the front, bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart, and you can have your sit bones close to the heels, or they can walk farther away. It's really up to you. And just fold forward over your feet. Many variations, yeah. You can have the hips farther back or closer in. Noticing any sensation in your hips. Slowly press yourself up. With your hands, you'll gently draw your knees together and then lay down on your back. So make sure there's mat behind you. Bring your feet wide apart and then you'll let your knees just windshield wide right to left. Easily moving side to side. And then the next time the right knee drops to the middle, so knees to the left, you'll stay. And cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh, if that's okay in your body. And Beth and Dennis, you'll just have to listen to me. I'm going to turn the lights out, so it's going to get dark on this side. Notice if there's areas in that front of the right hip or lower back that are gripping. You want to try to allow them to relax. If there's pain just in the knee, uncross the ankle, try it that way. Slow, deep breathing. There's any having pain in your knees. That's okay, then don't keep it there, it's fine, just stay there. Sometimes sliding the foot that way a little bit. Just go, yeah. Yeah. About 3 or 4 more breaths right here. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your head on the mat. Gently uncross the ankle if it's crossed, and you'll slowly come up to center. And take your knees to the other side. So knees to the right, left knee drops towards the middle, and then right ankle can go on top of the left thigh, finding the right placement or not. It can just be in the shape windshield wiper too. And as you breathe, see if you can breathe in for a count of 4, your own count. Breathe out for a count of 6. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. Keep that going. You can even add a retaining of the breath at the top of the inhale for a count of 4. For 4, 4, 6. Release the cross of the ankle over the thigh, come back to the middle. Bring your feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana. And then you might stay there for your rest tonight, or if you're more comfortable straightening the legs at any time, you can do that. Allowing your whole body to rest right here. You want to keep that counting breath. Inhale for 4, maybe hold for 4, exhale for 6. You can do that. Gives your mind something to focus on. It's a calming breath. The exhale is deliberately longer than the inhale. It sends a signal to the nervous system to calm down, to relax. Take one more. Just begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Whether you're still counting or you've drifted off, just come back right here to your body. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, just kind of waking up a little bit. Gently bend your knees and roll to a comfortable side. With your eyes remaining closed, gently press yourself up to a seated posture. Push the palms of your hands together, with your thumbs to your heart space. Put your thumbs up to your forehead center. Have a lovely evening. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me to get a little creative tonight. That was fun. I hope you feel amazing. I can't see you guys. Hi. Well, it's so nice to be with you both. I'll see you soon.